Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to give some shouts out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. C. Dean, what up? Chaos Cubed, Jacqueline Harrison. What's up? Connie Harch, what it do? What's up? F. Satch, Kenneth Sr., 33 Marcus, what's up? F. FJ Owens, Sweet Beloved, what it do? Chet Perry, L. Dub, PYT, Judith Grace, Chevy Attic, what's up? I see Anthony Dub in the building. Kitchen, Dallas. Going in, fam, going in. We got a lot to talk about, so I got to get to it. First and foremost, we got these pictures of Diddy that's just popping up all over the place. People are saying that these pictures are AI. Some people think they're real. We're going to get to the bottom of that. No Diddy. And also, we got FBI sources who are criticizing Kash Patel in a leaked report associated with Charlie Kirk. They are pretty much calling the director of the FBI incompetent. Yeah, fam. And they're saying some other things about the director that really got up under his skin and got him tripping today. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about LaToya Jackson from our beloved #1 family, besides mine, the Jacksons. Yeah, man, the Jacksons. We're going to talk about her health challenges that she has going on. We got a doctor, fam. I don't know where this dude is from. If y'all know, please help to expose him. But his bedside manners, man, boy, he needs some help. He needs to go back to school and take some additional courses and just his people skills or something. Yeah, this dude is one of the reasons why I just can't do the whole doctor thing, fam. I don't, our doctors are not created equal, man, but this type of thing really gives me a lot of trepidation, man. Yeah, fam. So let's start with this player, though. This player from, they say, Tuskegee University. This dude is a kicker. You know how when it's halftime or before the game, the kicker goes out and he practices kicks. They typically do it on the other side of the field, away from the band. If the band is on the field, sometimes the kicker will be on the other side of the field kicking. But this guy right here is totally out of control, fam, totally out of pocket. This uncivilized mutt. You know what? Let me just play the video and y'all can see for yourself how this dude just totally disrespect this HBCU band. They say this is Jackson State.
What's that clicking, Steven?
Well, Nation, if you're ready to turn up with us, make some noise!
Hurry up.
Let's go. Have you ever seen State go 8?
I see. Oh! Absolutely not.
Let's go Hornets.
That is ridiculous.
Real quickly, fam, just for anybody that has any doubts about what's going on here, this guy, the kicker for Tuskegee, is practicing his field goal kicks. And, you know, he was actually out of the way of the band, even though I still thought that was disrespectful for him to be out on the field while the band was out there. But he's out of the way, at least right here. But then he makes sure he goes out of his way to really disrupt the band, and he's kicking the ball all over the place. I'm surprised nobody beat the brakes off his ass.
Wow, how rude.
You see him went over to get a little closer.
Push it, Hornets.
That's so rude. That's so rude. And the coach not gonna say nothing?
You see the One American
He's
Got
standing
Talent.
right there.
Barbie show and showtime at the Apollo. It's the Honeybees.
The honeybees look good.
Make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed our show. The money for the Hornets 142 record championship.
Are you serious? There is no way. That is so rude. That is so rude. Are y'all serious? Oh! That was not okay.
Okay. So got a little clarity here. That's not Jackson State. That is Alabama. That's let me make sure I got it right here. That's Alabama State University band that was performing at halftime. Alabama State University won the game 58-21 over Tuskegee in the 101 Turkey Day Classic on Thursday in Montgomery. I guess they call it, the way they pronounce it is 101st Turkey Day Classic on Thursday in Montgomery. During halftime, as the Alabama State Marching Band performed, Tuskegee kicker Lorcan Ryans, a junior from Limerick, Ireland. He's in Ireland. He's Irish. He appeared to be launching kicks toward the band and walking into the band's formation to retrieve the ball. So this guy, do you think he was high? You think he was on some drugs or something? Because here's the deal. This is what I can't understand. No black man gets away. No black player gets away with doing that to no other school. I don't care predominantly what other school. It doesn't matter. You're not getting away with that. They're going to beat your head in. Now, I'm not advocating violence, but it's certain consequences that come with that type of action. That's all I'm saying. Certain consequences. And, people just kind of snap, right? People kind of snap in regards to that type of stuff, man. That just don't happen. That was very much uncivilized mutt behavior. And he needs to be stopped for that. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't understand why the people at Alabama State University allowed him to get away with that. I do not understand why they allowed him. Let me tell you something, family. You got to teach people how to treat you. See, I'm going to tell you what happened just now, what they just did. All they did was welcomed more oppression. All they did was welcome more aggression. All they did was welcome more disrespect. All it is turn the other cheek and walk away and be silent and take the high road stuff. What does that get you? More disrespect. You got to teach people how to treat you. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The next uncivilized mutt is sitting back saying, damn, you mean I could have done that and gotten away with it? The only thing would have happened if they would have just said I was a racist and I was just a bad person and I just need to be kicked out the team. He probably didn't even care about being on the team in the first place. He's from Ireland. He probably don't even give a damn about being on the team. He could take the team one way or another. It don't even matter. So you got to teach them how to treat you. And not only are you teaching the person who transgresses against you how to treat you, what you do is you send out a signal, an arbitrary signal, to every other person out there in the world who might have an idea about disrespecting you. That band sends out a message to every football player from every other team going forward. Man, if you want to pull that stunt, you better not try that with Alabama State University, because the whole band will go upside your head. Ooh, did you see what happened to the boy from Ireland? Ooh, they got him good. You see what I'm saying, fam? It's a big difference. Yeah, and what they gonna do? Kick every band member off, out the school? Homie, don't think so. Homie, don't think so. And even if they did, that's a sacrifice worth making, right? Yeah, that's honorable. That's honorable. Yeah. Yeah, you got to teach people how to treat you, man. Alabama State University, y'all literally dropped the ball, and y'all wasn't even on the field playing football. Y'all was out there playing instruments. Y'all literally dropped the ball on that one. Y'all should have turned all the way up and taught the next one some respect. It wouldn't have even been about him. At that point, you're supposed to show the next one how to respect you. This is why I believe in checking racists every time. I do not believe in letting them get away with nothing, not one time. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, Yeah, they probably done that before many, many times. The buck stops here. This is where it's going to stop, right here. I'm going to break that up right now. Or I think to myself, let me nip this in the bud right now so they don't try me ever again. And let me put out the message to everybody else to let them know, oh, don't go around, don't go over there. You want to try somebody, don't try him, because he gonna stand. Yeah, he gonna give you something, he gonna give you something that's difficult to deal with. You got to put it on their ass. They don't understand nothing else, man. America don't understand nothing but conflict and money. That's it. Contact. Got to make contact. They don't respect nothing else. They want you to be all kind and pleasant when something happened to you. When something bad happened to you, they want you to take the high road, but they take the low road every time and seldom get punished for it. That's why you got to handle, sometimes you got to handle things you body on your own. You got to do that. Talking back. Yeah. Yeah. His actions screamed folding chair. Screamed folding chair. And he threw the finger. He gave the finger to the crowd before he started kicking the ball around. When he got in closer, he gave the finger to the crowd. Total disrespect. One man or boy, and what did they have, about 500 damn band members out there on that field? That was a university. Let me tell you something. I went to Forest Brook, the mighty Jaguars, the land of the Jaguars. That was high school. My high school band would have handled that. Oh, yes. My high school band would have handled that. You can't let people disrespect you like that, man. You can't let that happen. The coach sat back and let it happen. The coach saw him doing it and didn't say nothing. Wouldn't even try to stop him. You know why? I think the coach may have been complicit. I think the coach may have put him up to it even. Yeah, I really do believe that the coach may have put him up to it. You cannot, family, you can't, not only can you not underestimate their jealousy, you cannot take their actions for granted, what they might do for granted, to live out their fantasies of getting even, because they can't get even in competition. So what will they do? They got to pull the race card. They got to do something. They got to do something racist, something racial. You know? Yeah. You know, that band. Let me look at Tuskegee. Let me look at Tuskegee right quick. Let me just take a look at their, what their band and what their band look like. This about to tell me everything I need to know. It's about to tell me everything I need to know. Okay, so Tuskegee University looks like they got a black band also. So this looks like so this is like a black school, but with a white kicker. Yeah, these students are black. They are black. Yep. Tuskegee University. So let's see. What is the, okay, let me go. Tuskegee University demographics. Let's see. Yeah, so this is even Tuskegee University is predominantly black school, but they got a white kicker and they let that white kicker disrespect their HBCU counterparts like that. They let him disrespect their HBCU counterparts like that. Their fellow HBCU school. Tuskegee University. What y'all gonna do about that? He shouldn't be able to come to class. He shouldn't be able to lay up in the dorm. Shouldn't be able to lay up in the dorm in peace. No, no, no. Shouldn't be able to. Nah, man. Something must be done. Something must be done. Shouldn't be able to lay up in peace in the dorm. You know? Someone please call 911. Someone call 911. This must be investigated. He must be brought to heel. You can't let him get away with that. That sends out a bad message, man. That sends out a bad message. This is why when y'all be dealing with those Karens and Kens and all of that stuff, and y'all go to yes sir and no sir. Ooh, man, that run me hot when they do that. Somebody violates you and you talking about yes sir and no sir. Do you understand what's coming out your mouth? You should know the words coming out your mouth like you know the words on your t-shirt. You should never have a t-shirt on that has writing on it and you don't know what it says or what it means. When you have words coming out of your mouth, you should know the power of those words. Yes, sir. No, sir. Ma'am. But ma'am. Ma'am. Sir. Sir. Man. Those are words reserved for people who you respect. You will never in life hear me call somebody who I don't respect sir or ma'am. Never, ever will I respect someone who don't respect me. Never, ever. I don't give a damn who they are. I don't care what kind of position they have. I'll never respect somebody who don't respect me. I don't give a damn how much money they got, who they rocking with, who they connected to. I don't give a damn about none of that. Never will I respect somebody who don't respect me. What's wrong with some of us, man? But sir, no, sir, you have it wrong. Ma'am, sir, man. You're going to get every word but sir and ma'am from me. You get a whole lot of other stuff. You get a word rhyme with ma'am. It ain't going to be ma'am. Boy, that run me hot when they do that, fam. I'd be like, look, where did they get this soft docile? Where does this come from? Where does this weakness come from? You let that dude walk out on that field and not just walk out. He wasn't even trying to pretend he was inadvertently kicking the ball and getting in their way. He straight up F you to the crowd, went and kicked the ball, moved the ball closer to the band, kicked the ball over where the band was performing. The ball get lost in the crowd amongst the band members. He goes searching for the ball and push one of the band members out the way. Pushed him hard. And the band member didn't come back for him. The other band members didn't do nothing. What kind of leadership you got over there? Both sides have ineffective leadership. Tuskegee University and Alabama State University both have ineffective leadership. I said it. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Grow some balls, man. Passing that weakness down generation after generation. Grow some balls. I know certain places he would have went, he could have never gotten away with something like that. Never, never would he been able to get away with something like that. That is a crime shame. That is a crime shame. I don't understand that, fam. I do not understand that. I do not understand it for the life of me. I don't understand that. How do you let people get away with that type of disrespect? I don't understand it. You got to put your feet down. You got to put your foot down. You got to make sure that people understand that there's consequences when they disrespect you, when they violate you. They got to know that there's consequences. Jason Campbell, vice president and director of athletics for Alabama State, condemned the kicker's actions in a statement posted to social media. The incident involving a member of the Tuskegee football team pushing a member of the mighty Marching Hornets at the conclusion of halftime was both unacceptable and unwarranted, Cable said. It is in no way reflects the spirit of healthy rivalry or the character of either historic institution. Tuskegee University Vice President Reginald Ruffin reached out to Cable after the game, and the situation is being addressed, Cable said. I am confident that the appropriate actions will be taken. This was absolutely disgusting on behalf of Tuskegee, said the TikTok user Andrea Tarai. I think it's pronounced Tarai, or Tara. That's the person whose video that I posted. So shouts out to Andrea. Salute for capturing that and exposing these uncivilized mutts. And she's right. Andrea said HBCUs are supposed to be a space for us. You see what I'm saying, fam? HBCUs are supposed to be a space for us. And something like this happens. They allow something like this to happen at an HBCU. And while I'm at it, let me talk about all of these people, these so-called orators and speakers who pulling up at these HBCUs talking about debating. They want to debate. They're coming on the campuses illegally, first and foremost. They're not even being arrested. Whack-ass security on the campuses. Y'all sorry, y'all whack. Because soon as a black person come on that campus, you know ain't got no business being on there. You trying to run them off. So y'all whack, y'all weak. Y'all letting these people come on y'all campus. It's thousands of y'all. And y'all let 2 or 3 people come on the campus and raise hell. Man, say. Couldn't have been me, man. Couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. Yeah, we're going to shut that down. Yeah, I'm shutting that down. Have some damn pride, man. Know that the next generation is watching you. At least if you won't do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Do it for the next generation so the next generation ain't got to fight your damn battles. These battles that we're fighting right now are battles that our parents should have fought and got and finished off. We keep on passing these damn burdens down to our children. Handle that, man. Shut that down right then and there, man. Don't let it go no further. Break the cycle. We keep on talking about breaking the financial cycle. We need to break this psychological cycle of getting pushed around. Man, I need a drink to calm me down, man. It's the best I can do right now. Man, let's get into this Diddy photo, fam. Let's get into this Diddy photo. These photos have been floating around over the past week or so of Diddy and different men hugging, right? Showing, these depictions of Diddy hugging men. And they even got this one right here, this is an image. They actually have a video that has gone viral. Man, that AI look real, fam. It looks real. If AI wasn't a thing, it wouldn't even be a question. We would have said, yeah, he did it. That's him. Woo, woo, woo. This AI, I use it all the time, fam. And I love it when it works for the right reason. But I think overall, maybe it needs to be stopped. Maybe it needs to be regulated, man. It has to be regulated because this is too much. When you take pictures and images and reimagine those images and you depict people doing things that they're not doing, especially when you do things that embarrasses people or undermines their credibility, their honor, you should be punished for that. The originator of this image should be punished. They should be punished. That should be serious punishment, not no slap on the wrist. There needs to be fines and jail time. When stuff like that happens, you got to do something about it, fam. Something has to happen. Because look here, fam. Right now, some of us may think that because, look, but I'm not a public figure, so I ain't got to worry about somebody doing me like that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. How many times have you been involved in a relationship where at least once you've probably been involved in at least one relationship where you had a vindictive partner, very vindictive. And if they can get you back and embarrass you in some kind of way, they'll do it. I can say, at least on my end, I ain't never had to deal with something like that. But I know a whole lot of people who have. And these type of things could ruin people's reputation. And it could also drive people to harm themselves. It could drive people to self-harm. They're doing this here now, right? What's going to stop them from doing something like that to an innocent person and replacing that young man who's they're trying to play off as a woman, replacing that young man with even a young boy, or a little girl, and they have the guy doing the same thing. That could ruin somebody, fam. That could ruin a person's life. And people have already offed themselves over lies told on them. Now you put images with those lies. You put manufactured images with those lies. Man, you could drive somebody to do something really, really bad. This got to be stopped, man. This got to be stopped. I know some of y'all hate Diddy and y'all say he get what he get, but no, man. This bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy. So you can't be so you can't be so absorbed in your hatred for Diddy that you throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can't do that. This is going to have far-reaching effects on everybody. At some point or another, if they allow this to continue, this is going to affect every last one of us at some point. They got to stop this, man. This has to be stopped. They cannot allow this to keep going like this. It's got to be stopped. Diddy's representatives have spoken out about this. The crazy thing about it is that, you're showing Diddy, hugging these inmates and posing for pics with them. And a lot of people are looking at this stuff and running with it. They're not even catching the other side of the story where these photos have been debunked. They're not catching those parts. They got a selfies. There's a selfie floating around on social media, with an inmate in the background, where this inmate is standing behind Diddy and hugging on Diddy while Diddy is getting food. He's either serving food or he has a plate of food in his hand. And then you got, they even got the TMZ watermark on these pictures to make it look really official. TMZ made a statement on their website and they say, look, man, if you don't see those pictures on our website, those type of pictures on our website, then they're fake. They got the TMZ watermark on it, so it looks legit. But they're saying that, hey, man, we here to bust your bubble. It ain't us. Now, TMZ has obtained several real images of Diddy at Fort Dix Federal Prison. So, but the one on the screen is not one of them, nor are the other crystal clear selfies you might have seen on social media platforms. It's simply someone's clever use of AI, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. So they even got a AI video, purporting to be Diddy in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there, people can manipulate. They've been manipulating the images for a long, long time. But the one that depicts him in this picture right here, hugging this guy, they got a video of that. It looks so damn real. But TMZ say, nope, that's not us. It's not real. It's not the real deal. So you got to be careful about, those videos and images and spreading that type of stuff, fam. Just know that if you see something really, really wild, as wild and crazy as this world is right now, at the very least, it may be real, but at the very least, you should probably do some type of research, some type of investigation to make sure that it is before you decide to disseminate it. Because these pictures are causing a lot of harm. And somebody also going to get sued. Because if it was me, and if I was in that position, I'm suing everybody. That's free money to me, man. That's free money. I'm suing. I look at that, a lawsuit, when I know I'm in the right, oh, that's free money, man. I'm coming to get that money, man. That's free money. Think about it. Lawsuits, man, you can get sometimes get 6 and 7, 8 figures out of those lawsuits. Oh yeah, I'm coming for that free money. Yeah, try me. Try me. I'm coming. I'm coming to get that free money. So we also have FBI Director Kash Patel in a leaked report. Yeah, fam. We got the FBI Director Kash Patel. This one right here, I was about to say it may surprise you, but this may not surprise you. You may this may not surprise you at all. This may not surprise you. Let me just put it like that. This is a report from The Hill. FBI sources criticize Kash Patel in leaked report. What to know? Okay. A new report details various issues at the FBI under Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino, according to the New York Post. That Bongino or Bongino? I'm going with Bongino. Okay. The 115-page report includes criticism of Patel from active duty and retired FBI agents and analysts, with one source describing the Bureau as a rudderless ship under the first-year director. See if I can get rid of this pic right here. It's annoying. Patel criticized for his inexperienced focus on social media. Yeah, the report consists of an analysis of the FBI from February 21st through August 21st, the first 6 months of Patel's tenure. One source described Patel as in over his head, while another said Bongino is something of a clown. Damn. Patel, who served as Principal Deputy Director of National Intelligence and Chief of Staff to former Acting Defense Secretary Christopher Miller during President Trump's first term, was depicted as inexperienced. One source said he lacks the requisite experience or the measured self-confidence to do the job. Both he and Bongino were also criticized in the report for spending too much time on social media and public relations. One source, and this is where we get down to the nitty-gritty, one source of criticism of Patel was his behavior in the aftermath of the September 10th fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk in Utah. Upon arriving to Provo, Utah, the day after Kirk was assassinated, Patel refused to get off the FBI jet without an official bureau jacket, which he did not have on him. FBI special agents at the Salt Lake City field office found Patel a medium-sized jacket belonging to a female agent. Patel then noted that 2 areas on the upper sleeves did not have Velcro patches attached. 2 FBI SWAT team members, the report says, gave the director their patches at the airport. Patel is also accused in the report of giving premature public remarks amid the investigation into the shooting and for taking credit for the work of other agencies when the suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, was taken into custody. Furthermore, the FBI director allegedly yelled at Robert Boyles, an FBI special agent in charge, amid frustrations with the investigation. The report is set to be presented to the Senate and House Judiciary Committees later this week. The House will reach out to the offices of the committee chairs, Chuck Grassley of Iowa and Jim Jordan of Ohio, for comment. All right, fam. Let me see. No, I don't mind. Yeah. Okay, so these are former FBI agents, and current FBI agents who are saying that our FBI director is basically incompetent. These are former FBI directors and current, not FBI directors, but current and former FBI agents are saying that the current FBI director and his number one, his right hand, are incompetent. Well, you know, Cash Patel ain't gonna take that line down, so he's gonna stand up to it and make some comments today. And you know, I guess I'll bring it if it happens while I'm still live. I'll bring it to you. If not, we'll get into it tomorrow. But I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about that. Kash Patel is Donald Trump's handpicked appointee, and I'll tell you this, fam. It appears to me that he spends a lot of time, you know, going after, grasping straws for Donald Trump. It's like he's grasping at straws for Donald Trump. There's not any real motion to really go out and make this country a safer place. I don't see him, you know, going in saying, okay, we're gonna take care of this situation over here. We're gonna take care of this situation over here. And we're gonna take care of this situation over here. Like everything is, you know, it looks like he's getting caught up in a lot of like stateside beefs. You know, everything is criticism about this and criticism about this and what the old administration did and instead of focusing on the things at hand that could actually improve the quality of life for Americans. So we're not witnessing that type of leadership. And, you know, it may take forever to fix this thing, fam, because we've gone so far off course. We're so far off course where our leaders mostly are not even dealing with real life problems, real things that Americans are going through. They're addressing beefs and criticism and bad spending habits and using the money for this when it should have been used for this. And, you know, it's scandal after scandal after scandal. So how can we make any progress? How can we make any real progress? If the people that are in charge of protecting our country, if they're focused on petty beefs and vengeance, you know, getting back, and the vengeance is not for foreign enemies. The vengeance is for Americans. The vengeance is for Americans who want to hold Americans accountable. That's what the vengeance is for. It's like, you know what? Investigate him, lock him up. In fact, we're going to call it an investigation, but we know no matter what we find, we locking them up. We charging such and such is about to be charged, no matter what. So the evidence doesn't matter. The fact is, I don't like you, so I'm going to find something to charge you for. That's what's happening. It's a sad state of affairs, fam. Sad state of affairs. China Carter, what up? I see you. I see you. Yeah, man. This is bad. This is bad. Also, it's bad, but it's more sad. LaToya Jackson. LaToya Jackson, she looks really ill. She looks really ill. This is bad, fam. She is being accused of, you know, taking these, what's it called, Ozempic? I don't know what she's taking, but whatever it is, she got to reverse it because she is dangerously thin. Like, she's dangerously thin. LaToya Jackson, her face has changed so much from when she was a young girl. Like, what she did to her face, we all know, so we don't have to go in on that. But I just wish she had more like confidence. LaToya has always been like the black sheep of the family. She's always been the one who wanted to go out and do her own thing. She never really sought to be on stage and stuff like that. She didn't want that life. But she did speak out against Mike a whole lot. I don't know what that was about. Well, she would speak out against Michael Jackson and speak out against her daddy, say things about her daddy. We wasn't there, so we don't know if something really happened or not. If something happened, that's horrible. But if something didn't happen, that's also horrible, because she got people thinking that Joe, did something to his kids, like touched his daughters. Yeah. So anyway, fam, yeah, people are really concerned about LaToya's health right now. Really, really concerned. LaToya is sparking major health concerns among some of her fans after showing off her real thin body on Instagram. She posted a series of IG pics Monday in which she posed in skin-tight black pants and a form-fitting red top with gold stilettos. LaToya's figure-hugging outfit put her ultra-thin frame on full display, especially when she turned to the side in one of the photos. And you can see that photo right there on your right. In the caption, LaToya wished her fans a happy Monday and a fabulous week, while also telling them to stay safe and healthy, with much love to you all. A few of the fans, they hopped in the comments and expressed concern. So, and I am going to echo those sentiments. I have nothing but love and respect for the Jackson family. I think that they have represented themselves extremely well when you consider the pressures they've been under since they were all really little kids. They were all just so young when they became famous. And they've had to live under a microscope, like 24-hour microscope. Man, that's got to be difficult. A 24-hour microscope. And you got to ask yourself, fam, how normal would you be if you had to live the life of a Jackson? How normal would you be? The fact that none of them has ever taken their own life, that in and of itself is a miracle. That is a miracle, because they have been under intense pressure for a long time as a family. Can you imagine every day of the year somebody saying something derogatory about your family member? Somebody saying something negative about your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, every single day. Every single day, you peep out the window, there's helicopters hovering above your house. They're trying to get a sneak picture of you doing something. You can't go to the beach. You can't go to the grocery store without being in a disguise. You can't even walk out your house to check the mail without somebody hiding in the bushes, snapping a picture. You don't get to be regular. You don't get to just walk out in your underclothes, to, water the back lawn or something, or to, take the dog out for a quick walk. You don't get to do that. Can you imagine being under that kind of scrutiny all day, every day, for almost your entire life, from the time you was a child, and people picking you apart? So when you look at LaToya and you see how she reframed her face, it's sad. You also got to look at the complete picture, like get an understanding of the complete picture. And, you know, it's human nature for people to be critical because she did mess herself up. And so it's human nature for people to be critical about her choices. But you got to put it all in perspective. When you put it all in perspective, perhaps you might have just a tad bit of empathy, you know, because like I say, that's tremendous pressure when people are constantly judging you, they're pointing at you, any little imperfection, perceived imperfection, you know, it's perceived. And that's something that we don't understand. We hear people criticize us, and oftentimes we take it to heart. We think it's a fact. No, what it is it is their perception of you. That's what they see. It is most important what you see. Nobody will have a greater impact on how you see yourself than you yourself. So it don't matter what somebody else say to you. If you know you're beautiful, if you look in the mirror and you say, I'm beautiful, you're beautiful. And that's what it is. And it's going to have a positive effect on your mental health because that's what you see and that's what you believe. It don't matter what they say. But if you believe what they're saying, that's going to be a problem. And that could be negative or positive because somebody can positively say you look great and you this about you and all this here. And everybody could be like, oh, you look so good and great and da 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 da. And they, man, wow, you know, ooh, that's so pretty. Ooh, I like your nose. You got the prettiest lips, your cheekbones, your hair, da 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 da. One person say something bad and we lose our minds. All these people done told us how beautiful we are. All these people that said all these nice things about us. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so da-da. You're so talented. Da-da-da. One person say you ain't shit and you take it to heart. The one person, that one negative, have more effect on what you think about yourself than all of those dozens or hundreds or thousands or millions of people opinion is. You know what I'm saying? It is absolutely amazing how the human mind is wired. You know, how the human brain is wired, the way we think. It's quite interesting. Quite interesting. But I do wish LaToya well. I wish her well, as I wish all of the Jacksons well. I've actually never met one Jackson. I got people who work with them, with different Jacksons. I got people who work with them, and I got people who are friends with some of them. But I haven't met one of them. I'm gonna have to fix that, man. I can't be living my whole life without meeting a single Jackson, a member of the Jacksons. I got to do something about that. This is a great family, in my opinion. It's a great family. Not perfect, no, but I ain't perfect. My family damn sure ain't perfect. And your family ain't perfect. Ain't none of us perfect. So all that, oh, they strange, they weird. And here, who ain't weird? Especially these days. Every damn body weird, man. Everybody weird. Yeah. I would absolutely love to meet the Jacksons family. I want to meet everybody. I want to meet the kids and everybody, the dog, the animals, everybody. Hey, man, Jacksons, man, you know what I'm saying? I went to the house in Gary, the house they grew up in, and man, that house is so tiny. It's so small, but I'm sure when they were living in the house, even though it was a lot of them in that small house, it probably seemed big to them when they were kids. But that thing is so small. It's a little bitty wooden house. I believe they changed it into a museum, but I do know that it is a historical land. It's an historical land site. I know that. But it's something to see. If you ever get a chance to go to visit Gary, Indiana, try to go by there and take a look at that house. And they may even be able to let you inside. I know I went on a weekend and it was closed. But yeah, try to go by there. Same thing if you're in Detroit, try to visit Motown, the Motown Museum. Incredible history. But yeah, the Jackson's family, nothing but love for them, nothing but love. LaToya Jackson, I hope that whatever is going with her, that she survives it, and not only survive it, I hope she come out looking even better after it, because it's a tough life, fam. All that. Who said that? I think that was Jay-Z. It's a hard knock life. Yeah, man, it's a tough life. Being a child star and growing up under that microscope like that for so many years. That's tough. That is tough to do. And I'm just, happy that she's still with us. Yeah. So salute, LaToya. I'm hoping that you have a speedy recovery. Fam, we got a strange happening here. Let's talk about an uncivilized mutt. There's a doctor who he was standing over this black patient, this white guy, I think he's white, standing over a black patient, and he's rubbing his skin with a little white pad, trying to clean it, I guess, before he stick a needle in him. And he tells the dude, he asked the dude if he took a bath. And then he tells the dude, did you brush your teeth? Yeah, this ain't AI, fam. I thought it was AI. This ain't AI. I investigated. This is real. Check it out.
I have a little alcohol swab with that, cleaning up the area for you. Take a shot of that?
Shea butter.
The shea butter? That's black? You brush your teeth at least?
Did you hear that? He asked if it's shea butter and did you brush your teeth at least? Healthcare Henry is the one who posted this. He asked the dude, was it shea butter? First of all, he said, man, did you take a bath? And Buddy was like, man, this is shea butter. Now, being a doctor, I don't know if this guy's an anesthesiologist. I don't know why he would have a coat on like that. I don't remember them wearing white coats. I guess they have a white coat. I don't know. But he's wiping the dude's arm and he looks at it and he goes like, did you take a bath? That's out of pocket. But any doctor would know that when you are using a white pad to clean somebody's hand, or whether you put the alcohol on, you rub, you're going to get oil, right? People have oil and lotion, on their skin. And shea butter is something that Black people who have dry skin uses. So you got the oil, you got the natural oil coming from his body, you got the shea butter. Sure, it's not going to, when you look at the damn pad, it's not going to be still white. But the audacity that this doctor have to call Buddy out like that, and then double down and ask him, did you at least brush your teeth? Did y'all hear that? Let me run it back for you,
I'm
fam.
just gonna clean up a little alcohol swab, okay? Cleaning up the area for you. Take a shot of that.
Shea butter.
It's shea butter. That's black. You brush your teeth at least?
See, this, again, fam, this is the type of stuff that run me hot. Anything less than dude getting up and walking out that door is unacceptable. For me, I'm gonna have to make contact. I'm just gonna have to make contact because again, I'm thinking in my mind, how many times has he disrespected somebody like this? How many times has he done it? The buck stops right here. Not only am I going to teach you how to treat me, you about to learn how to treat everybody else going forward. You're not going to want to take that chance again. I'm making contact, man. I got to make contact. Did you take a bath? But here's the thing too, fam. You see how dude was just laying there still all calm? Oh, that's shea butter. He didn't even look like he even thought about it. And whoever filmed, even the person that was filming didn't even object. They didn't say nothing. I don't get that, man. Like, how do you live your life like that, allowing that type of disrespect? How do you deal with that? And how do you raise children? How do you tell your children to stand up for themselves when you won't stand up for yourself? I guess you don't tell them. And that's how we get more children like that. That's how we get more adults like that. That's how we got him in the first place, I'm assuming. I'm assuming that mama and daddy didn't tell him to stand up for himself. I don't want to add insult to injury, man, but this run me hot right here, man. Man, you got to stand up for yourself, bro. I'm still on your side. Don't get me wrong. I'm on your side. But you can't let them people make it like that, man. You can't do that. You can't let somebody disrespect you like that, man, and still give them you, allow them to treat you. The onus is on you to be the steward of your body. It's on you, man. You can't be letting people handle you that way. You can't let people do that to you and get away with it, man. Nah, the doctor, he needed to feel, it should have been a situation where after it was over, he went to see a pain doctor. Yeah, he should be visiting a pain doctor right now. Like right now, he should be on some type of pain medication. He should be on pain medication right now. Yeah, man, I don't get that, man. I don't get that. If he was a real MD, he would have known when you wipe the skin with alcohol pads, you may see some brown color. He didn't see no damn black. He talking about he saw black. He didn't see no damn black. But you're going to see some brown color on the pad. If, you know, and it's from oils of the skin primarily, not dirt. You got doctors out here that have horrible bedside manners. I mean, horrible. And this is why I don't like some doctors. I don't like dealing with doctors, really. I got a few friends that are docs and they're all right. They're good people. But as far as like dealing with doctors overall, I don't like it because I don't know if a shift came over the last few decades or whatever. But I remember as a kid, I used to think highly of doctors. Like, oh, that's my doctor. It's going to take care of it. And maybe they wouldn't treat me right at all. Maybe it was a mix between my experience with the doctor and how it was reinforced on television, how doctors were there to help. And I didn't see the stuff that I see now with all these uncivilized doctors. I didn't see that. So I didn't know about all of that stuff. I didn't know that they killed Martin Luther King. I didn't know that a doctor killed Martin Luther King Jr. I thought when they sent Martin into the hospital that the doctors was trying to save his life. I thought that they were like trying to implement life-saving measures. I didn't know that they actually took a pillow and smothered Martin Luther King Jr. to death. Yeah, a lot of doctors out there are criminals, straight up killers. And many of them have been sentenced to prison for killing patients. Yeah. There have been many doctors who have killed their spouses. Yeah, they'll take that medicine out of that clinic or out of that hospital and go and inject their spouse with it or drop something in their food and kill them. Yeah. So this is why I try my best to avoid going to the doctor. I try my best to avoid, and that's why, and I try my best to avoid it by trying my best to stay healthy. Yeah. Then the cold part is this, fam. Oftentimes, if you complain about anything, you go to the doctor sometime. If you complain about the doctor, some of the facility will attack you. Yeah. Yeah, you try to call in or complain or something, it's going to fall on deaf ears. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't have been me, fam. Could not have been me. But I think these doctors know, just like these Karens and Kens know, I think they know who to try and who not. You know, I think they know who to try and who not. That's why they never try me. I don't know if it's my disposition or what, but they don't try me. Yeah, I've heard of doctors disrespecting people, and I've seen doctors maybe do that once or twice. But I see a lot of viral videos and stuff like that, a whole lot of stuff. And very seldom does anything happen to the doctors when the doctors are arrogant a-holes. Very seldom does anything happen to them. You know, because a lot of these people, they look at the doctors like the doctors are God himself. You know, they look at doctors like they're saviors or something. They're kissing the ring, bowing down. So a lot of these doctors walk with their heads in the clouds. I like asking them questions when I have a loved one in the hospital. I like asking questions. They think they come in there, they don't expect you to even ask the questions. When they come in, they'll be like, come in, yeah, everything good. Well, any questions? They're really expecting you not to ask. And then when you ask a question, they go like, and then you ask another question, and then they go, and then you ask one more question, and then they start trying to get rid of you. Yeah, you know, just talk to such and such with patient care, and patient care advocate, and They try to push you off on somebody because they're not used to you asking questions about your health or your loved one's health. And you should do that. You should absolutely do that. You got one life to live. Your loved one got one life to live. If they're in the care of a doctor, it is a doctor's obligation to give them the best care. And if you feel that they're not giving them the best care, if you have any questions, you need to open your mouth. And if you still feel that they're not getting the best care, you need to take action. You can't just leave them there to die. The brother needs to file a complaint. He needs to file a complaint and sue. Don't just file a complaint, sue. Some people say, well, you know, what harm did he cause? What do you mean, what harm did he cause, man? Man, I can't sleep, I can't eat. Yeah, man, I'm having trouble, man. My bowel movement is irregular. I can't do nothing right, man. You know what I'm saying? I lost my girlfriend, you know, because I just started snapping and stuff, and I just mentally, I'm just off, and you know, I couldn't go back to work, and man, I'm suing. Yeah, we're gonna break that up. How you gonna be rude and ask such a personal question that has nothing to do with the visit at all? Absolutely shameful, man. Absolutely shameful. Go get the money. Go get the money. Sue. Put him on blast. Put his name out there. Dox him. Yeah, break that up, man. You got to break that up. He said, did you at least brush your teeth? Damn. And Buddy is laying there all comfortable like, man. Be like, bro, well, yeah, you know what? Just because of that comment you just made, you no longer have to worry about brushing your teeth because you ain't about to have any anymore. Yeah. Say that you at least shower. Did the doctor consider that sometimes when people are sick, they're not even able to shower? Did he even consider that? I'm not saying that the brother didn't shower. I'm just saying, like, different patients have different things going on. Did he even consider that? I ain't never worked in healthcare, but my common sense and my common decency and my common respect for human beings wouldn't allow me to say something like that to a patient. It's just, I don't have to go to school to learn that. I don't have to take bedside manners one-on-one from a doctor's perspective to learn that. My common sense and my human decency wouldn't allow me to speak to a patient like that. The doctor is out of pocket. The doctor is trash. If he said that to that patient, imagine what else he said and imagine what he's done. I wouldn't trust him. Any doctor that speaks like that, he's that ignorant, he has to be incompetent also. I wouldn't trust him. I would not trust him with my health. I'd be out of there. I would get smoothed up out of there immediately. Would not trust him. Here's something, fam. Here's something that I think that you guys will find extremely interesting. So I was checking out this doctor on the internet, and this doctor was talking about ways that people could die when they go to sleep. You know, ways that you could die, like things that you can do that would that could kill you. Things that you do before you go to sleep that could kill you. He gave an example of 5 things, starting with sleeping on your stomach. And these are things he said that can kill you early. May not kill you right away, may not kill you that night, just sleeping on your stomach that particular night. But over time, it does things to your body. So I wanted to share this with y'all, fam, because I love you for real. And I want you to be all right. I want you to be all right. Sleeping on your stomach isn't usually deadly, but it can strain your body in ways that may worsen health problems. You got to hear me out on this, fam, because I might just save your life. This man offered 5 things that could get you put you in a bad position before you sleep. 5 things that you can do that might contribute to you dying early. 5 things that you could do before you go to sleep, that could contribute to you dying early. So sleeping is number 1, but the 5th one will knock you off your feet. You're not going to see the 5th one coming at all. You're not going to see the 5th one coming at all. Let's start, though, with sleeping on your stomach. So the neck and spine compression. This position forces your neck to twist for hours, potentially compressing nerves and restricting blood flow. Chronic spinal misalignment can contribute to long-term nerve or breathing issues. Lying face down can make your chest work harder to expand, which can slightly reduce airflow, especially for people with asthma, obesity, or sleep apnea. If someone already has weak respiratory function, stomach sleeping might worsen nighttime oxygen levels. It won't kill most people, but it can worsen underlying issues that affect long-term health. Taking sleeping pills regularly. So sleeping pills ain't bad, but if you take them regularly, that could cause you some major issues. Many sleep medications, especially Z drugs, or mixing them with alcohol, can slow breathing. And some people, this can dangerously decrease oxygen during sleep. Your body adapts, causing you to need more for the same effect, increasing the overdose risk. That makes a lot of sense. I've had situations where I had to take sleeping pills, especially during any time that I'm recording an album. If I was recording an album, I usually, I'm up, for 48 hours in a row. I could be up 48 hours in a row, sometimes longer. And I would just have to take some type of sleeping agent so that I could get some rest. So what happens over time is those sleeping agents starts to get weaker because you're taking it so much, your body becomes immune to the recommended dosage. And so you take more, and then you mess around and overdose. So your body, so what happens is that it's dependence and tolerance. Your body gets dependent on it, and your body becomes also tolerant of the recommended dosage. And your body adapts, causing you to need more for the same effect, increasing the overdose risk. It worsens sleep apnea. These medications relax throat muscles, making breathing interruptions more severe. Regular use under medical supervision is sometimes safe, but regular unsupervised use raises real health risk. Eating a heavy meal at night. I've been guilty of this. A big late meal can affect your sleep and your long-term health. Reflux and aspiration risk. Large meals increase stomach acid. When you lie down, acid or food can move upward. In rare cases, people with severe reflux or certain conditions can aspirate, which means inhale stomach contents, which can cause pneumonia. It raises nighttime blood sugar and heart strain. Heavy fatty meals force your heart and digestive system to work harder during the time they should be recovering. poor sleep quality. Fragmented sleep increases long-term risk of heart disease, obesity, and insulin resistance. So, family, it ain't gonna kill you immediately, but over time, it can raise long-term health risk significantly. Eating a heavy meal at night. Don't do it. Sleeping with your phone near your head. We've heard this one. I used to do that. I just stopped doing that. I've been hearing about it, but I just started taking action a few months ago. But not only am I going to tell you, fam, what's going on with in these bad habits, but I'm going to give you some actionable things that you can do to mitigate your risk, right? So sleeping with your phone near your head. Phones near your head are not dangerous because of radiation. We've been told that it is dangerous because of radiation. But according to this report, phones near your head are not dangerous because of radiation. That risk is unsupported by current evidence. The real dangers comes from sleep disruption, which makes a lot of sense. Blue light exposure. Notifications or screen glow can disrupt melatonin, the hormone responsible for deep restorative sleep. I said restorative sleep. Micro arousals. Even vibrations or silent notifications activate your brain silently, reducing deep sleep. Chronic poor sleep is linked to heart disease, stroke, obesity, memory and immune suppression, increased stress. Sleep interrupted by messages or alerts increases nighttime cortisol, stress hormone, okay? So it won't kill you, but it damages the quality of sleep that protects your heart and brain. And here's that big one I was talking about, fam. Sleeping with the TV on. This one has surprising effects. They got me on this one. I didn't know, but it makes sense because this is what happens to me when I sleep with the television on. Oh, by the way, if you can, try to get the television, keep the television out of your bedroom. Okay, so light exposure, disrupted melatonin. Even low light keeps your brain partly awake, preventing deep restorative sleep stages. Increased nighttime stress. Rapid changes in sound and brightness can spike micro stress responses, raising your heart rate. Sleep fragmentation. Your brain keeps processing voices or music from the TV, which prevents memory consolidation and physical repair. See, that is what gets me right there. I'm acutely aware of that brain processing voices and music from the TV. Yeah, a long-term risk. Chronic poor sleep increases the odds of cardiovascular disease, depression, diabetes, cognitive decline, all killers. Sleeping with the TV on won't instantly harm you, but it contributes to ongoing sleep loss, which is linked to premature mortality over decades. So you might be able to keep the TV on and live to 90. But if you didn't keep the TV on when you went to sleep, perhaps you would have busted 100. So here are some things that you can do to have a healthier, realistic habits. And this is designed to improve sleep quality and reduce long-term health risk, okay? Instead of sleeping on your stomach, sleep on your side, especially the left side, which is something that I do. I've been up on that for a minute now. And why is it better? Keeps the spine aligned, reduces pressure on lungs, lowers snoring and sleep apnea events, improves digestion and blood flow. And here's a tip: use a pillow between your knees to prevent rolling on your stomach. I don't need all that, but I guess some people do. Instead of taking sleeping pills regularly, build a natural sleep routine. Makes a lot of sense. So try these non-drug options first. Go to bed, wake up at the same time daily. Dim the lights 1 hour before bed. No screens, 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Use sleep apps focused on CBTI techniques, the #1 non-medication insomnia treatment. Now, I've used that. I haven't used that in a while. I've used it. I still have trouble going to sleep at a set time and waking up at a set time. I have trouble with that. I'm still working on that. It says if you need medication, use it under medical supervision only, not daily without guidance. Instead of eating a heavy meal at night, eat lighter, earlier evening meals. I've been working on that lately too. Been doing a lot better job, like not eating really late at night and not eating heavy stuff at night. So a healthy approach is to stop heavy eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. Choose smaller portions with lean protein and vegetables. Avoid spicy or acidic foods close to bedtime. If you get hungry late, try a late night snack, yogurt, banana, nuts, herbal tea. That's good stuff, y'all. Yeah, that's good stuff. I've been doing that. Instead of sleeping with your phone near your head, keep it at least across the room. Again, like I said, I've been doing that lately. So better habits are to charge your phone on the opposite side of the room. Turn on your do not disturb or sleep mode. If you use it as an alarm, the distance forces you to wake up fully. Makes a lot of sense. And here's something else it didn't say. Hey, you can put that phone in the drawer. You know, if you don't want to put it across the room, at least put it inside of your nightstand drawer, okay? Okay, and number 5, instead of sleeping with the TV on, use calming audio without screen light. Use calming audio without screen light. Healthy alternatives are white noise machine, rain sounds, ocean waves, audiobook, or low volume sleep playlist. Set a timer. Meditation apps with sleep stories. These help you fall asleep without the blue light or the constant changes in volume that disturb sleep cycles. So let me tell you about those constant changes in volume that disturb sleep cycles. There used to be this preacher. There was this preacher used to come on late at night. And when I used to leave my television on and I'd fall asleep. And he was the handkerchief preacher. He would offer a handkerchief to you if you give him some money. Hey, send some money in and, I'm going to pray for you and I'm going to give you this handkerchief. I'm going to pray for prosperity. We're going to pray that you get some money, you get that job, you're able to buy yourself a house, get that new car, shoot me some money over here, slide me some money, and I'm going to make sure that you go to heaven. I'm going to make sure I'm going to call God directly. You're going to heaven. You are going to heaven. I would fall asleep and this guy would come on in the middle of the night. So in the middle of the night, I'm asleep, and out of nowhere I hear, God! I'm like, what the hell? This fool would scream at the top of his lungs, God! God's gonna save you! God! I'm like, what the hell is that? I jump up, man, turn this fool off. I think that's what broke me up from falling asleep with the TV on. This fool would come out of nowhere just screaming and stuff, man. I'm like, what the hell wrong with this dude? God! Then I saw him at the probation officer. I saw that fool at the probation office. I'm like, family, ain't nothing like being a bad actor, right? There's nothing like being a bad actor and you thinking that you're the bad guy. And you walk in to see your probation officer and you see the evangelical pastor, television pastor, walking out of the office from seeing his probation officer. Yeah, fam. I saw that fool like visiting his probation officer. Man, I'm like, man, hold on, man. Man, hold up. Man, hold up. And since I'm on these stories about people that we think is like on a higher moral level than we are, right? Let me say this. I'm in court and I need character witnesses, right? Now, I got character witnesses, but I just happened to be in court one day and I walked out of the courtroom and I told my lawyer, I said, man, my high school principal is I just saw him in the courtroom. And he said, yeah, he said, you think he can be a character witness? And I said, I don't know. I don't know him like that, you know, like I don't think he, I don't think so. So I go back in to sit down, you know, I'm sitting around, I'm waiting on my case to hit, come up on the docket. And they call his name. He stands up. He in there on a weed case. The principal, family, my high school principal, is in the courtroom on a weed case. Man, life is something else, family. Life is something else. That's why they say every sinner got a past. Every sinner got a future and every saint has a past. Every saint has a past and every sinner got a future. You cannot be looking at people who appear to have everything together, who are in a position of authority or in a position that we consider to be a position of moral, supremacy. We can't be looking at people like that and be thinking that they're better than us just because they're in that position, just because they have that title. We have to remember that these are people, and people are flawed, right? All of us are flawed, and it doesn't matter who you are, what position you are, people succumb to some temptation all the time. So we got to keep that in mind. And that goes also for people when they're listening to these love songs. Some of y'all can't believe that the person who wrote this beautiful love song has been divorced 13 times. You can't, wait a minute. This person, they make the perfect love song. Why? They're not listening to their own advice. We gotta remember this, man. We're dealing with human beings. They can't believe that this person who made this beautiful love song is a damn psycho. Yeah. Be taking the damn pictures, cutting up family photos with a knife, just stalking. They made this beautiful love song. They stalking, beating up their partners. The kids don't like them. They don't get along with their mama, their daddy, their sisters, their brothers. Nobody likes them. Just horrible person. Just a horrible person. But they know how to make a love song. They know how to make a love song. Just like you got, rappers who, they make music. And they make this music talking about the hood and, talking about how, being loyal and, being real and not simping and they be doing the opposite. They do the total opposite. When you meet them, you go like, man, oh man, nah, man, don't tell me that, man. You hear some of them talk. I didn't know it was racism. I thought racism was over. You be like, man, how you make music this good? How you put words together that well? How you been around the world and you think racism is over? How you thought racism was over just because white people are buying tickets to your concerts? How do you think white people? How do you think racism is? How you live in Louisiana and ain't never seen racism before? Better yet, how you live in the United States of America and ain't never witnessed racism? How you 40-something years old and ain't never witnessed racism in America? Are you shitting me? Are you playing with me, man? You trying to insult my intelligence? Are you in denial? Or are you just fucking dumb? Ain't nobody waking up looking for racism, man. What racism? Looking for racism. Man, I need some racism in my life. Ain't nobody waking up looking for racism. It's just the people that practice it. They don't know how to give it up. They don't know how to do nothing different. They're hardwired for it. So they want the people that's negatively impacted by it, affected by it, to suffer in silence. Just take it, man. Don't say nothing about it now. If you say something about it, you're complaining. You ever notice how you have people that say that when you complain about racism, they say you're complaining, and they go, oh, you're always the victim. Do you know, if you watch, turn on TV right now, on any news station and listen to a politician talk, all they do is complain. All they do is talk about how somebody is after them, how they've been victimized, how somebody's trying to cheat them, how somebody's trying to move the goalpost. That's all they do is complain. That's all they do. Listen to their constituents. All they do is complain. So they gaslight you so that they don't have to hear your complaints. But that's all they do is complain. Just like all of these people who take all this money with these tax benefits. They get all of this tax relief. They get tax relief in the millions, sometimes hundreds of millions, sometimes billions. And then they look down at the poor people who get a little funky $500, $600 government check and say they're the problem. Look at them, always want a handout. They're looking for a handout. This month they just raped the economy for $1 billion. So that ain't a form of welfare? Let me explain something to you. Tax relief is a form of welfare. Know that. These billionaires are the biggest welfare queens. They're the biggest welfare queens. These people that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars are the biggest welfare queens. We ain't got to be going back and forth about who's on welfare more, black people or white people. We ain't got to be doing all of that. This is people essentially who are in the same boat. Most people that are on SNAP are in the same boat. They going through hell the same way. Financially, they going through hell. These people who got those hundreds of millions, they're the ones. They're the ones who are raping the system. They just call it something different. That's all. It's just called something different. But they get more money. They get more benefits than anybody. And they got the nerve to try to look down on the poor and disenfranchised and say that they're the problem. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. I saw it during the lockdown when they was issuing out checks. Some of these people that had millions and millions of dollars already filed and got benefits. They was getting free checks, millions of dollars, millions. Because guess what, fam? The people who are in control who control the purse strings, they're gonna always make sure they pad their pockets first. They're gonna always make sure that they get theirs. They're gonna make sure they get their cut. Every time a deal is made, when they go in that room, the Democrats and the Republicans go in that room and they go, first of all, when they go in that room, they hee ha ha. Then when they come out, they got to put their game face on. Walk out the room. Think we worked it out. Yes, we worked it out. We got a deal that worked out for the American people, and the American people are going to be satisfied with the deal. And, it was a little touch and go there for a moment, but we got it done. It's all game. It's all game. Just like it's game when the prosecutor and the judge act like they don't know each other. The prosecutor go in the judge room damn near every day, working with the judge on all kind of different cases and stuff. They know each other and they're like this. And they both get their checks from the same place. The same signatures on both of their checks. They're on the same team, fam. But when they're in the courtroom, they got to try to act like the judge got to try to pretend that he's not biased. He got to pretend that he's giving the defense the same consideration as he's given the prosecution. And that's not right. That's not true. Because the judge and the prosecutor are on the same team. They represent the state, the people, the judge, and the prosecutor. So the deck is stacked for any defense attorney. When the defense attorney comes in there, he has to, and even the defense attorney knows this, but the defense attorney can't even just flat out tell the jury, look, jury, the judge and the prosecutor, they know each other. They've been knowing each other. They've worked on hundreds of cases together. and they went to school together. The judge's daughter is dating the prosecutor's son. They hunt together. These guys, they're not going to give us, they're not giving my client a fair shot. They're not trying to give my client a fair shot. He can't say that because he got to go. First and foremost, he's representing his client, so he's trying to get some favor, and he don't want to piss off the judge. And then at the same time, he got to come back in. He might have to come back in that same courtroom again at a later date. And so he don't want to burn that bridge. He don't want to make this enemies. And, he don't need the whole system coming down on him, but the debt is stacked. That's why if you ever get an offense, if you get a traffic ticket, go into a courtroom with a traffic ticket, the prosecutor will, and you don't go in there with your lawyer. If you just go in there with a traffic ticket, most people try to defend themselves when they have a traffic offense. So you go in there and you're sitting in there, and the prosecutor goes, hey, okay, this is what it is, Judge. We have such and such. This is how you plead, not guilty. How you not guilty, not guilty. Okay, so all of you who say that you're not guilty, go in that room over there. Y'all go in that room. Okay, everybody else, y'all pleading guilty, and we're gonna work out y'all a little thing. We're gonna make this quick and get y'all on out of here. Okay, so got a fine. We're gonna reduce the fine. Judge try to make it seem like they're doing you a favor. We're gonna reduce the fine. The fine is $500. Can you pay? How much can you pay right now? Can't pay that much right now, Judge. I ain't got no job. Okay, can you pay something? Can you pay at least $20? But Judge, I gotta get my kids something to eat. I brought my kid to court with me. He's sitting outside right now, and I can. How much can you afford? Well, I got $15. I can. Okay, well, sign them up right here. Pay $15 to the clerk when you get downstairs. And we're gonna set you up on a payment plan. You're gonna pay once a month. When they get through with all of the easy stuff is what people plead guilty. Okay, so that's all the easy stuff. Now the prosecutor got to go in this room with all of the people who said that they're not guilty, who don't have representation. You go in that room with the people who said that they don't have representation, and now it gets a little sticky for the prosecutor because the prosecutor cannot try all of those cases. So if everybody held their mud and say, yo, not guilty, man, this is why. Ooh. If it's a plausible reason, most of the time, especially if the officer, the arresting officer, not the arresting officer, but the ticketing officer doesn't show up, that case is going to be dismissed. They're going to dismiss it. But the judge and the prosecutor works together. They're working together for the system. They work together. They're not on opposite teams. The way it should be, you should have an independent judge. The judge should be independent. The prosecution should work for the state. And the defense attorney should work for the defense, the defendant. The judge should be independent. The judge should represent an independent entity. But that's not how it is. The judge and the prosecutor work together. And that's another reason why the prosecution has such a high rate of conviction, because they got the deck stacked. I know one of you judges out there listening, they probably got a judge out there listening going like, who's this damn guy? Who the hell is this guy? Hell is Willie D. Oh, he made bald head hoes. Oh, that's my gym. Wait a minute. Can't do that. I don't like that guy. Anyway, fam. Yeah, it's a cold game, man. It's a cold game. It's a cold game. Shout outs coming up. What's up? What's up, China? 17th level? Seventh level. Okay. Mary Bailey, low key. What up? Just bullish. What it do? Darren Baxter. Amazing love. Corrupt country. What's up, Mike Pina? Jerome Street. What it do? What it do, Street? JC King. Yeah. Antoinette. All right, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're in the world. Tomorrow, fam, same bad time, same bad channel, 2 p.m. Central Time. That's 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1 p.m. on Pacific. That's West Coast, Pacific Time. All right, 2 p.m. Latest news, updates, everything going on in the past 24 hours leading up to the moment I go live. No more talk.